America's Dumbest Criminals, the movie. See For Me stars Skylar Davenport, Natalie Brown, and is directed by Randall Okita. What's up, guys? It's brand new 2022 movie review time. I was not planning on this. I knew nothing about this movie, but sometimes I'll be searching through, Amazon Prime or Vudu, seeing what new releases are out, because a lot of stuff doesn't come to theaters these days, right? Why not go to streaming and see what's available there? Because sometimes you can find some nice jewels there. And I like when some money's thrown their way instead of, to the bigger, like the Spider-Mans and the Marvel movies and the Star Wars, all that stuff. Help the little guy, right? So this new movie comes out called See For Me. It's about this blind character.
All of Archie's food is in the pantry. I can show you.
No, I'll find it. Thanks.
Ciao.
And now, the blind character in movies has been done so many times. So how do you play around with that premise and maybe try something different? They do that in this movie, and I like that. So we'll get into all that stuff. But anyway, first off, let's give you a quick plot synopsis. Skylar Davenport, she plays Sophie. She is our main character of the movie. She is blind. You find out at the beginning of the movie that she used to be this skier. I guess she had an accident, and it caused her to go blind. And so this is a character that's pretty upset with the situation that she's in, as she would be. And the way she communicates with people definitely presents that. She's just kind of rude and standoffish, and she definitely doesn't want any help. Her pride is strong. And so if somebody offers her assistance, as you normally would with a blind person, she's like, nope, I got it. And she almost comes off as rude the way she handles people. Even if she's like calling 911, she's rude to the 911 operator. That's just the way she is. And so right away I thought, okay, this is gonna be cool because this is gonna be a character that's going to have an arc, an emotional arc. I could see it from a mile away, because you usually don't set up characters like that at the beginning that have such a big chip on their shoulder if there's not gonna be some kind of lesson learned along the way, or almost like a change in mindset by the end of the movie. And they set up that she's not the best kid, she is a thief. She has a history of stealing. I don't know if she's just a kleptomaniac, or maybe she's just trying to get some extra coinage. She can use her affliction, her disability, to her advantage, because most of the time, people would never think that somebody like this would do this. So the setup here is that she is cat sitting, for this character, Deba, played by Laura Vandervoort, from CW fame. Did she play Supergirl or something like that? I can't remember. I don't really follow those shows that much. But, she's going away, so she wants her to watch the house for the night. Then along come these robbers in the house, and she's in a situation because, she's blind. And this isn't Daredevil. She's learned a few things along the way about how to live as a blind person, and she does use that to her advantage. But again, she's not like a martial arts whiz or anything like that. So she's definitely got to be smart about her choices. So there's this other character, Kelly. I guess she's part of this app for blind people to help them with their phone. The app's called See For Me. And so Kelly is on the other end of that. Kelly's a pivotal part of this movie. She is kind of her guide. She helps her throughout a lot of this movie. Like, there's no way she'd make it through this without Kelly's help, And Kelly happens to have some experience being prior Army. She can handle herself, and so she helps out along the way. She's definitely a key character in the movie. Now, first off, I really liked this setup, playing around with a blind character and trying something different, making them a person that eventually you can't really be sympathetic for because they're doing bad things. She's literally stealing from this lady's house. And then these robbers come in, and so she's in a situation where she can take advantage of the situation if she's caught. She can literally say, hey, I will help out and you give me a cut of the money. This part really made me sit up in my chair like, okay, I see where they're going with this, because you think she's just going to be your basic damsel in distress throughout the whole movie, because let's face it, even setting aside the whole blind thing, this premise has been done quite a few times where the robber's in the house and you have this young person stuck in the house having to deal with it. You could talk about like Don't Breathe. You can talk about Tiger House with Kaya Scodelario, which a lot of you guys probably haven't seen that movie. Definitely check it out, really good. And it is, it's an easy, irresistible premise, and it's probably an easy thing to shoot because most of the time these movies are in one location, you know? So you can knock a movie out like this pretty quick. But playing around with this and adding a character in there like Sophia that has just this major chip on her shoulder. Like I can see some people not really liking her just because of how rude she is throughout. It kind of reminded me of one of the characters in Psycho Goreman. A lot of people did not like the young girl in that movie, and this character is kind of like that. But you know, that tough exterior, you can see right through it, and it eventually starts shedding, especially when you have characters like Kelly in here that can see right through it, and she doesn't baby her and treat her like you would a normal blind person, you know. Eventually she's like tough loving it with her. So I really, really liked Kelly. She might be my favorite character in this movie, besides the main character, of course. And I gotta give Skylar Davenport credit. I mean, her performance in this as a blind person, you know, this isn't just a vocal performance, it's also a physical performance. You know, you have to believe that they are actually blind. And you know, you have a lot of scenes where she's walking around the house, she's walking down the stairs in the house. There's a point where you almost forget that this is an actor. It feels like a real blind person. So, you know, big kudos to her for pulling off such a good performance. Now, let's talk about the cons I have with this movie, and that is the criminals. These are the biggest bunch of idiots I've seen in a movie, and I'm not going to make this a spoiler review. I could easily do that because that definitely plays a part into why these characters are complete morons. You can pretty much do the math here. When you have 3 criminals against one blind person, yeah, that blind person is going to be smart, and she's going to have Kelly helping her, but these guys make decisions that are just complete buffoonery. Like, I cannot, is that a word, buffoonery? If not, I'd like to use it from now on, buffoonery, because that's what these guys are. They're complete morons. And I was almost throwing stuff at my TV like, are you guys really that stupid? And you're gonna do it too, I swear to God. So I like a good, strong villain in a movie, but my God, these are laughable idiots. And I've run out of adjectives. But overall, guys, I still enjoyed the movie. I was never bored by this, and I was entertained, especially by our main character, Sophia, and Kelly, the girl that's helping her. Those two kept my attention the whole time. And it was just interesting watching, you know, what's the next move gonna be for this blind character? You know, how can you play around with this premise? And I think they do a good job of that. So overall, I'm giving it a high humdrum, okay? If they had better criminals, then it would definitely go to a purchase worthy, but God, the criminals are complete morons. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on C for Me. Let me know down in the comments. Many of you guys probably haven't even heard of this movie, so it's worth your time. I would say that. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day. And on Fridays, we do Free for Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on my socials. Support me on Patreon. Buy me a coffee. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Drumdum out.